Hello, I'm moderator, joined here by Waynut Cross for yet another match. Um, we have kind of an interesting armor core with a lot of Abaddons, supported by Mauler. Definitely Fraternity going for an Amar Victor comp. Meanwhile, literally triggered choosing to go with the more kitey Orthrus Scimitar Nightmare core here.
The nightmare's definitely interesting, but sure. Obviously, they're bringing the typical pancake because everyone needs pancakes. Rapid heavy Bargus today, so that's your flavor of pancake for this match. Not sure what's going on with that Magus and Pontifex. Guessing they'll be warped in soon. Ah, there's one of them.
Yeah, they had apparently had a bit of a miswarp, so they're going to get GM warped at
To
0 in the
zero.
next
Yep.
second or so here. Um, that's
Won't hurt them too
not
much.
bad, but that's not great. I wouldn't want to be a Megas or a Pontifex at 0, um, getting shot at by Orthruses and a Barghest here.
Yep. Luckily, being at zero didn't really bring him any closer. The warp was kind of like perfectly 90 degrees for them, so that was not really a problem. But yeah, those three authors are not going to be fun to fight anyway. The small side, of course, is going to have trouble surviving. But honestly, Triggered brought a pretty good counter to the whole missile spam by bringing nothing but bricks. 3 Abaddon bricks, 3 Molar bricks.
Yeah, kind of the issue though with those Abaddons and the Maulers though is that they're just very, very, very slow. And I mean, if there's anything that Orthruses and Barghest, just pancake ships as a whole, are known for, it's going fast. So this is going to be kind of a match to see if Parkbank already taking damage. I mean, just that team as a whole can kite away. I like the choice of picking off the Oneros. We already see a cloud of rep drones going on top of that Oneros. Heavy armor maintenance bots trying to keep up um, that Oneros. Meanwhile, Parkbank is stabilizing as he's just getting out of range of what Abaddons can reasonably do with Scorch.
Yeah, every single Mauler dropped a set of light drones as well to put onto the Oneros. The Oneros has got an absolute ball of drones. And just a quick note as well, that Barghest on grid is indeed a flagship bug. So if that thing goes pop, that's going to be a very expensive pop.
So the Nightmare is in a difficult position. Speaking of difficult positions, we already see a Jackdaw going down. Those Abaddons are just streaming across the field as fast as Abaddons can go, which is not very, but it's fast enough. Um, literally triggered realizing that their Nightmare only goes about 800 or so meters a second. We see that Jalthi is about to get tackled in a second. And can't outrun Maulers, which is kind of weird to say. Most things have no difficulty with that. But Iskrader is going to be the primary here as um, Fraternity getting some grapples onto the Nightmare of Jalthi, probably wanting to take down that Nightmare as your first target makes a lot of sense to me if you're in Fraternity's position.
You notice how they had that first Mole of Iskray is now back to full armor and not being shot. They're going after Doctor One. Don't forget, these are armor ships. They've almost definitely, I'm pretty sure, have got reactive armor hardness. So they have to try and split the damage types, or maybe try like force a hard switch on damage to try and break these Maulers. This is a really good ship choice for just trying to resist damage. You don't put out all that much, but they can't kill you. And if there's a Nightmare on grid that can't outrun you, this is actually honestly a surprisingly good call.
So one of the keys to victory for literally triggered is they're probably going to have to clear those heavy rep drones that are on top of the Oneros. We just see a cloud of drones on top of that ship, and until those drones are cleared, there's just going to be too much logistics output sustaining the Oneros. So in the meantime, literally triggered is going to have to kite around and not get caught. So far, the only thing that's been held down is that Nightmare. But I mean, now that he's being pounded by those Abaddons that have finally closed range to Conflag, he's going down pretty solidly.
They have to make a decision here. Like that nightmare is going to go down. What are they going to try and trade for? They have to trade something fast. If it goes down for no response, this match might be over. You see, they're going for the Oneros again. They're going to try and all in that thing. It's probably not a terrible call if they can kill it and lose a nightmare. It's not too bad, but they got to do it. If this nightmare pops, this is really not looking good.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. Just going back to earlier about the win conditions for um, literally triggered, having to kill the Oneros, and the Oneros is dropping a little bit, but I don't know if those Orthruses will run out of rapid light clips before um, the Oneros can get caught up by those rep drones. The Oneros is probably in range of the Nightmare, actually. Now that the Nightmare goes down, that should be an appreciable amount of damage that's no longer hitting that Oneros. But we see Newbie Go-Go just surviving in just 10, 15% armor,
Oh
just
yeah.
jumping up and down, very just surviving in a sliver. And if
So I
that
noticed for a moment there was actually a bunch of rep drones that were not on him. I think they might have been they're actually getting shot off right now. So I suspect they were removing rep drones. Another flight of minions made it to him, but he's about to go down
Oh, and he
again
goes
anyway. They're
down.
still
He
killing rep
finally
drones.
goes down. Okay, for literally triggered. Now that they've lost the,
Run.
you just got to run. It You have to kite away. You still have Park Bank. You still have Orthoses. So if you're in the position that literally triggered is in, what do? You kill the Pontifex. They're doing this absolutely correctly. You kill the Pontifex, then you kill the Magus. Once you've done that, the Abaddons and the Maulers will lose any sort of length they have. They'll lose mobility. They'll lose tackle range. They'll lose speed, and you can use
Yep,
that
Ponty down
to
immediately.
kite at
Yep.
range. And they're just going to have
Honestly,
to
they
kite
gotta
this one out.
at this point now, Fraternity have to just Leroy that Barghest. I mean, from what I can see, its speed is not super crazy. I'm wondering if Maulers are just about the same speed or not slightly slower. I'm not sure. I think they can be faster. I saw them at least 1500 before. But
Um,
all the support wings are dying now. Once you remove the Logi, the support wing just gets obliterated.
yeah, and Gila right now is being primaried, but catching reps. Parkbank doing absolute work here. So literally triggered. They have flown this composition. I've seen them do something similar in practice, but the CEO is not running his ASB, not catching reps, getting absolutely destroyed here. Down into Hull, let's see if he catches any reps. It doesn't appear so, and he's going to go down tragically, not having been caught, maybe not even been locked by Parkbank.
Yes, and I'm noticing as well. I think all the rep drones at the moment are all on the Magus now. So they put all the rep drones onto the Magus, to try and save that instead of maybe trying to save this Maul, who could really do with them. Here we go. Rep drones are finally appearing onto the Maul as I say it. Never
Yeah,
mind.
yeah, but we can see it's only like light drones left. I think literally Triggered has been spending most of the match just killing heavy
Exactly.
maintenance
Yep.
spots and medium maintenance spots, and I think it's a good call. If you're able to do that, you can kill the Maulers. Abaddons are
Oh,
not going to catch up to an Orthrus.
I believe I was actually right. Oh, never mind, look at that Bargus speed. I was gonna say the Mauls could catch him. Never mind. That Bargus is doing 23, 2,300, 2,400, 2,500. That's a fast Barg.
And one of those Maulers is getting dangerously close to Maddox Overt here. The Scimitar, actually, of Parkbank tragically has been caught. That is going to be a bit of a misplay from Parkbank here. Now that Parkbank has been held down, those Abaddons we can see are now closing to conflag range, now
I
are
just want to
able
say,
to
watch the
output
team now.
maximal damage.
Watch their entire team now try and kill Join Bush of everything they have. If he's the one tackling down that scimitar, I'm just gonna watch everything try and shoot that guy now. All the ECM drones are onto him. They're doing their best to try and get Parkbank free. I love those moments. It's like, oh god, oh god, oh god.
Yeah, Parkbank, it, he's going 1600. He's actually managed to
He got
slip the
free.
web.
Yep,
He's
he got it.
actually managed to slip the web of the Mauler. There were Hornet EC300s on them. I think those three jam drones actually managed to drop him for a cycle. Parkbank has managed to get away, and he might live to win off of this.
It was like 3 flights of ECM drones. Once again, guys, ECM victory. We've got to roll the dice to win. Parkbank does escape, and that Mauler now can't really catch him. And that honestly might be it. Like that moment there really does kind of flip it because that scimitar keep their entire team alive for the rest of the match.
Okay, so we have to talk about points with only 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the match. Right now, Literally Triggered is down by 4. If they kill John Bush, which they will in a second, it will be tied. So if you're in the position of Literally Triggered, you cannot kill an Abaddon in the next 2 minutes. You have to somehow kill Isk Raider while keeping your entire core except for Piashki alive. You can
I'm gonna
lose
say it now. They
Piashki,
can
but you
do it.
can't lose anyone
I
else.
can say it right now. They can easily do that. It's the mole is the last quote unquote fast thing on the grid, so they can just keep killing it. To be fair though, look at that bug. Hold on. What are you doing, sir? You're being shot. He's
Yeah,
being rep. He's all good.
Yeah, that Barg, though, is, I want to say, about 20, 30 kilometers off of those Abaddons. He's going to want to keep pulling range here. Meanwhile, Isk Raider in the
Oh, yep.
Mauler is dropping down into Hull. So with that, literally Triggered will be up by 4 points, and they cannot lose any ship other than the Vigil, or they would be down. But really good presence of mind from literally Triggered, knowing exactly what they had to do. getting rid of those rep drones on top of the Oneros. Once it killed the Oneros, just wiping out the core systematically of those two Link command destroyers, then taking out the Maulers. They were a little shaky early on when they had gotten tackled, but excellent recovery.
Exactly. Once they realized the nightmare was dead, they was like, okay, cool. We're going to lose the nightmare. How do we make this work? Let's kill that Logi. How do we kill Logi? Kill the rep drones. Boom. And now it's down to the Abaddons. And hold on, that Abaddon is dying really. Hold on a minute. That's an active Abaddon, and
Yeah,
it's still dropping really quick.
that's probably a large ancillary repair we see on top of that Abaddon. D Mason will manage to survive for the next 50 seconds, but it is an
I don't
interesting
think he
amount
will.
of damage that he is taking so far. Um,
Exactly. Like he has a resist bonus. He dropped really hard, really quickly. I wonder how much resist he fit into his lows, or if he's maybe like all damage or something.
So
Maybe
far, I
he
mean,
might die.
if your park bank just stabilize Michael Rena, stabilize Piashki, keep your ships just far away from literally everything. The Vigil has burned to range. Um, the Stork is sitting on top of an MJD beacon, just playing safe, and
Amazon
somehow
go
they
pop.
kill that in a Batten before time expires.
Yeah, I want to know where that guy's fitted. I swear that's gonna be like minimal resist mods. I want to see that kill after, but as the time runs out now, it looks like Triggered will come home with the win. Well played, well executed. Congratulations.
Yeah, I can't help but feel like that Abaddon fitting might have been bait. I'm sure Ezekiel will be able to tell us what exactly happened there. With that, we'll send it back to the studio.